So 2021 is a year that's going to be like any other year, except that the fact that it's going to be start of a new era. 2020 gave a lot of learnings. There were a lot of things that did not go the way people expected them to. But what went great was the way people adapted to the change. A small virus actually taught all of us that there are small powers which are beyond our control. But there were a lot of people who took this as an opportunity to show their talent and tell people that, whatever happens, we are ready to adapt, we are agile, we are nimble, and we can actually pass through this. This is the year where we are going to restart and reboot our lives. We realized we could work from home. We realized we could work much more efficiently at home, and also we had a dedicated space where we would go take our work hours seriously. In 6 hours we could probably finish all our work sitting in a small corner in our house. We did not need to dress up, we did not need to get ready. I've been very active in thinking and writing what I feel is going to be happening in the next year. What I actually predicted in 2020 almost came true. 2020 saw 11 unicorns happening in India. Four or five of them were e-commerce platforms. One of them was edtech. Two, three were fintech. So basically, it clearly proves even the for the success of e-commerce to happen, there has to be a strong fintech supporting the e-commerce platform. Similarly, edtech, if it has to work or it has to monetize what it is doing, a strong fintech has to be there. That was a basic reason that I forecasted that 2020 is probably going to see all these rise. But behind any of these successful startups, there has to be a fintech which kind of monetizes what they are doing. Eventually, every investor is looking for profits or turnover or transaction. Everything has to be supported by a fintech system. So if we look at 2020, it was a year of virus. Virus was number one search item. COVID-19 was number one search item on Google. So only industry that is going to take major advantage out of it is pharmaceutical industry. So pharmaceutical industry has a lot of new things that they need to work on right now. So I strongly believe that 2021 is the year of pharmaceutical industries. जैसे ही फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्रीज चलेगी, इसके पैरेलल बनाने वाली इंडस्ट्रीज सच एज बॉटल्स, कंटेनर्स, केमिकल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, सैनिटाइजर्स एंड इसके एंसिलरी जितनी भी हैं, दे विल आल्सो सी अ लॉट ऑफ ग्रोथ. And it's simple because agar pharma chalegi, so these are parallel industries, they will run, they have to run. So pharma will be number one industry as far as growth is concerned. And if you look at the companies around the world, Bharat Biotech is probably the only indigenous manufactured vaccine that we have got. Not just that, but globally, this is the only vaccine that has been tried on kids. For all the vaccines, most manufacturing actually happens in India because India is a manufacturing hub for pharmaceutical ingredients. So it is very clear that pharmaceutical industry is going to go big. And a lot of startups should actually start looking at ancillaries or the products that these pharmaceutical industries are going to use and how they can make the life easier of pharmaceutical companies. 2020 was a year of edtech. EdTech saw major boom. A lot of people did courses. They decided, sitting at home doing nothing, instead let us learn something, get some certification which will add value to their CV. So EdTech saw a great boom. But eventually 2021, physical meetings coming in handy, your schools reopening, colleges reopening, institutes reopening, I think edtech is definitely going to fall. But at the same time, people have realized कि हम online करते हैं तो भी we are getting value. So it will fall, but there will be again a recovery and eventually it will come to a peak. everyone has realized that only online model is not going to work. There has to be a physical plus digital space in any domain, be it education, e-commerce, anywhere. So phygital has to happen. That's why we probably saw this acquisition of Akash Institute by Byju's. So all these institutes with their digital and physical presence will take a strong growth. So all those people before 1 year who believed कि education has to be one on one physical now realize that बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, short hand courses and small things can be done at the comfort of home. Learning at the comfort of home, discussion online can happen. So even big professors at Kellogg's or ISB and big institutes have started offering their online courses, realizing even in 2021 they're offering their courses online, which never used to happen because they always believed that with physical interaction only the education can happen. Now strongly believe that small courses or small learnings can happen at the comfort of home. During the lockdown, I also did a course from ISB about business expansion. सो कोर्स के अंदर मुझे बहुत वैल्यू मिली. प्रोफेसर जे वाज फिनोमिनल, देयर वाज अ ह्यूज लर्निंग, बट एक बहुत बड़ी लर्निंग दैट आई रियलाइज्ड वाज that at the comfort of my home, I could do a fantastic course from a great professor in a limited time. हम एज अ ग्रुप कोर्स कर रहे थे, सो देवर ग्रुप डिस्कशंस, देवर ब्रेकआउट ग्रुप्स, देवर things that we had to discuss about businesses, economy in general. So it's a clear realization that hum at the comfort of our home can also do a lot of learning. And not just me, but I saw a lot of people in and around me जिन्होंने बहुत सारे courses किए. Some of the courses were live courses, the other were recorded courses. So recorded courses had that advantage कि आप कभी भी देख लो, कभी भी कर लो, कभी भी सीख लो, and you get a proper certification for it. And especially when you are paying something and to learn, I think उसकी value और भी ज़्यादा हो जाती है, because when you are going to an institute to learn something, you pay a fees in general. बट यहाँ आप स्पेसिफिक सब्जेक्ट का स्पेसिफिक कोर्स सीखने के लिए फीस पे कर रहे हो. सो आई थिंक it's very very relevant to you, and that's why you are actually taking out time and doing course like that. Not just work, but the way you entertain yourself. पूरा entertainment का system, everything changed. So we cannot go to cinemas, we cannot go to entertainment parks, we cannot go to play zones, cannot go to lounges. So the only source of entertainment that is possibly with us is OTT platforms. So all these OTT platforms provide you everything that you want to watch uninterrupted, without advertisements, without breaks, without disturbances, and above all, convenience at your time, your location, your place, whenever, however you want. Also, these OTT platforms give a lot of people chance to show their expertise. Different genres of shows were played because it's a low cost thing. A lot of people could try and experiment with the shows. Also, big celebrities wanted to come down to OTT platform and do their movies or do their shows, only for the fact that people are not moving out. The source of entertainment has changed, and people are willing to pay for these OTT networks. They realize that these OTT networks are actually way higher value for money than what they had initially thought. Whatever said and done, this trend does not look to me that it is going to continue this way only. So again, everywhere that we talk about, there has to be a mix of physical and digital. Similarly, here, people will go out for entertainment sources, people will go out for physical recreations. At the same time, now they're hooked on to OTT platforms because of their convenience and choice. So actually you can watch the quality or the type or the genre of the show that you like to watch at your time, but at the same time इसके अंदर वो predictive analytics भी है, so it shows what you really like. So now you don't have to really worry about things, but यहाँ artificial intelligence और analytics लगने के कारण people will get what they want to see easily available, and similarly so they will be hooked on to it. The shows that OTT platforms offer are very predictive in nature, and once you and they're actually made very crisp because उनको मालूम है अगर if it is not a crisp show people will not be hooked on to it. It is not that कि उन्होंने एक शो का पैसा दिया है. So once you go out for a movie, you pay for a movie. आपको पसंद नहीं भी आती है तो you are hooked on to movie and you are actually staying there. But on that OTT platform you can switch movies, you can switch shows. So सबको मालूम है there has to be a very crisp and meaningful thing that has to come down to an OTT network. So that's how the quality has improved. Different set of genres have been experimented. बहुत सारी नई चीजें होने लग गई and also all these newer comers जिनके पास एक ही source of Bollywood और Hollywood और Tollywood यही रहता था, now have this OTT platform as their launch medium. So they can come up, they can show their talent, and if any of these like it, anyways, OTT platforms are always hungry for good content. So if they like it, you are promoted and you are actually able to show your talent very easily at a minimalistic cost. So for startups, this OTT has actually given a big platform. You can actually start your own OTT network. It's a very expensive affair. So I would strongly recommend कि अगर किसी को भी OTT space में जाना है, create your own niche. Create your own domain जिसके अंदर you are very good at, or collect content from that zone and try to enter the OTT platform. I'll give you an example. So when Make My Trip started, it was only for flight bookings. So they created their own niche of booking flights and then eventually ventured into whole vacation space. So it's very clear, get your own niche, get the right place where you think you'll be able to perform the best, get the right content collected, and then you can probably start your own OTT platform. Tourism and travel in 2021 will see a huge growth. A lot of people have realized during the lockdown that they could actually stay at home for such a long time जो कभी नहीं रह पाए. So the travel industry has to provide something more entertaining than what they have been providing. Abhi, you will have to be more innovative and more creative in your ideas to attract the customer. That said, a lot of Airbnbs or a lot of Vista rooms or a lot of homestays are going to be taken. Homestays are going to be happening in 2021. Firstly, because people are worried about the hygiene and a lot of people traveling in a big space. Secondly, there is a lot more customization that can happen in a smaller place. So big hotel chains, big recreation chains have a lot of thinking to be done. They cannot do one size fit all. They will have to make alterations to adapt to the situation and help people be engaged. Travel, that said, is going to grow very, very, very big. People have been desperate to move out once these isolation norms are relaxed. I think there will be a huge traveling scene that's going to happen, and this traveling scene will actually bring in a lot of businesses back on track. A lot of businesses were also stuck due to travel. Industries like IT could help themselves or could adapt themselves, but a lot of industries actually required physical presence. So it will be come back on track for a lot of industries, and travel itself will be a big industry to watch out for in 2021. One of my favorite industries that I see growing is gaming industry. 2020 got people hooked onto games because they had a lot of spare time. They could not physically meet people, but gaming is one place where your adrenaline rush could go. You could have high energy in it, you could have high emotions on it. Gaming is one place because you were actually connected to each other on a game set. That's why when PUBG went off, people 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 were very disappointed actually. But that said, a lot of Indian games have come in. There is a company called Nazara. It's an e-sport company, and it is on an acquisition spree. It's probably done 8 acquisitions till now, and this will be the first startup of its kind that is going to be listed on stock market. Valuations are going to be crazy. In the gaming industry, Nazara is anyways considered a unicorn. So I strongly believe that this industry is going to grow. All those people जिनके बचपन में उनकी मम्मी कहती थी कि खाली खेलता रहेगा ज़िंदगी में करेगा क्या. So this is your time to prove yourself. Start creating games, start creating engaging games with great UI and UX where user engagement is great, and sky is the limit for you. Nazara has actually proven it, so can you. 2020 has gone. That's the good news. 2021 is here. It's even a better news. A lot of people saved on their money, a lot of investors saved on their money, seeing what will startups do or how flexible, how agile all these startups are, that they can bear this turmoil of 2020. So this year, a lot of investment is going to happen in startups. All those startups who have actually proven that they can survive this tough time, be ready for big checks, be ready to perform. Now, this is the year where you should be looking for expansion. Last year was year where you were trying to preserve yourself or trying to ensure that your existence is still there. This year, go all out. Funding is going to be there. People are willing to put in money, and people are willing to put in money, especially in the companies who have seen this bad phase and actually come out of it in a very strong way. So there is a lot of money, and there'll be few good startups chasing this lot of money.